Peace. There we go. Peace, family. This is Saneb. For the family that's returning, welcome back. For the new visitors, this is IAmSankofa TV. I'm Saneb. Typically, I do a show on Sundays called Food for Thought, but I missed the show this past Sunday, so I'm gonna try to knock out a show tonight. I was going to discuss this topic yesterday, but with work, life happens. So I'm gonna kind of build on it tonight. And judging by the title, you can see that, I want to talk about unity. Some of our people, since the Alpha, have kind of, lost that sense of who they are culturally. You're talking about families pulled from a continent, grandma go one way, mama go one way. So family identity, family cultures have been essentially destroyed. So now we have a few hundred years where we're trying to find those identities. And finding those identities, we may kind of take on different schools of thought, different ideologies, for instance, being Christian, Hebrew, Moorish, Islamic, whatever have you. And this is not a show to bash any of those religions. It's not. The question is it possible for people with different ideologies, whether can a Christian, can a Muslim, can a Hebrew Israelite, can a Moor, can a Pan-Africanist, can we all work together with a certain instinct of getting this oppressor's foot off our neck? Can we build that way? That's the question I want to ask my people. Does your ideology bar you from communicating with someone that's family because they don't agree? And like I said before, I don't have a problem with anyone who chooses those ideologies. But what I'm saying is it's the arrogance. It's the mine is better than yours. You see what I'm saying? Somehow, if I don't subscribe to being a Christian, I'm a bad person. I have no moral base. That's ridiculous. Because we obviously had cultures and civilizations that predate any of those books. So obviously there had to be a moral code there already established. So can I build? I can build with any of my brothers and sisters, regardless of what your ideology is. When they shoot one of our people down in the street, they don't ask them, are you a Muslim? Or are you a Christian? No, they don't ask that. They don't ask that at all. They just gun you down. I was listening to an earlier stream with the brother Ahmadi. Shouts out to Six Dynasty Media. Shouts out to Six Dynasty Media Study Group. Seemed to be a little confusion, with some of the more brothers and sisters on what this word black is. I read this book by Chancellor Williams, Destruction of Black Civilization. And he described black, or what we call black, as we call each other black. To me, he describes it very well in this text. It's in his preview on page 23. It says the term black was given a rebirth by the Black Youth Revolt. It does not refer to the particular color of any particular person, but to the attitude of pride and devotion to the race whose homeland from times of immemorial was called the land of the blacks. Almost overnight, our youngsters made black co-equal with whites' respectability and challenged the anti-black Negroes to decide which side they stood on. There was no problem for many who are light or even near white in complexion, for they themselves are among the first to proclaim with pride, call me black. Those who hate the term but hold the majority of leadership positions feel compelled to use it to protect their leadership roles. That's the great Chancellor Williams, Destruction of Black Civilization. Great book. I recommend it for all the family to read. But that's my I agree with this definition of black. We understand it's not nationality, but how Dr. Chancellor Williams describes it in his work, it's an attitude of pride. You see what I'm saying? Some of us don't know who we are. So there was a term collectively to describe all of us. You know, whether you subscribe to the African American, Black, regardless, but that's just a, you know, that's a word to describe an attitude of a people, and especially of people who are being oppressed. So, but the conversation I kind of wanted to go to was, can we unite? We have a common enemy, common oppressor, and it's used the same tactic. It get into our own personal family business, starts favoring sides, supplying different sides. They watch as we fight each other, and then at the end of the day, they the winner. So we've taken our attention off the real issue because we battling each other over some 1,000-year-old scrolls. Mad that your brother or sister won't convert to your ideology. I'm not attacking it. I'm just keeping it real. We having to build on it. We're going to keep it honest. We're going to keep it historical. We're going to keep it scholarly. I'm not here to attack it. That's not my lane. I can build with those brothers and sisters if you choose to follow those ideologies. You see what I'm saying? If you find something within that makes you a better person, makes you a better man, husband, father, sister, brother, whatever have you, then use that. Just don't interfere with what me and my family got going on. Don't look at me as inferior because I don't subscribe to that shit. Excuse me for cussing. I don't subscribe to that stuff. You know? Just a thought, you know, one of my close friends from back home, we were building on this yesterday and today a little bit as well about, you know, he didn't think it was really possible. You know, it would be too much infighting, you know. And somewhat I agree. I disagree a little as well, because we've seen certain organizations, you know, where the Booker T's, NAACP, UNIA, you know, NOY, we've seen organizations be able to, particularly the UNIA, to be able to set up an organization where multiple schools of thought resided. Now, regardless of how they executed that plan, how we can sit here now and try to pick it apart, it was a plan. They tried something. Standing on the shoulders of our ancestors, we're going to pick the good things out of the plan. We should be building on it, a better version of the UNIA, which the brothers in the RPG community had. You know, salute to them. You know, and build on that. If you don't want to be a member of that movement, you know what I'm saying? Architect your own, build your own organization. But the goal should be liberation of all our people. So you should be able to ride with me and help me regardless of if I'm a member or your group or not. I seen a story the other day where a man was kicked out of the church because he didn't pay his tithes. Does that make sense to you? That don't make sense at all. Or somebody can't get buried at a church, or you know, because they're not a member. I mean, that's weird. That's not how that institution was set up to be. That wasn't the intent of Richard Allen or Alexander Waters. Those organizations were established to take care of the people, regardless of what their ideology was. That's why you see today. That's why the Black church look how it look. It's money hungry. There's ATMs in the back of these churches. Some of them people won't even build with you if you don't subscribe to that. I've seen it. I grew up in the church, for those who don't know. You know, once those people see and realize that you're not, you know, a real Christian or playing the game, they look at you differently. Almost, you know, to look down upon you. It's crazy. Now, I'm not saying we have to be buddies and friends. I'm just saying, can we at least be able to realize that we're both in chains? Not so much physically, but mentally. But we too busy arguing over who chains is heavier or lighter when we both in chains. Let's kick what we believe to the side or what we subscribe to aside and work together and try to lead the way for these babies. And that's what it's all about. Forget your ego. What are we doing? I have to concentrate on what I'm doing to make a better way for my babies. I mean, if you're not doing that, what you doing? So if you a brother or sister over there and you subscribe to the Moorish ideology, cool, have that. That's you. But don't invade in my personal cultural space and tell me I'm a Moor as well. When I can explain to you my history, I know exactly where I come from. If I don't agree to that, you should be like, peace, brother, and move on. We can still build. I can still shop with you, do some commerce with you. But me being a part of your school of thought shouldn't be a requirement for me doing that commerce with you. Me being able to build with you, it shouldn't require that. Just my thought. And this wasn't going to be a long vid, family. This is just something I had on my mind. I wanted to get off, and I just felt like it would be dope if I can get it off live. Try to get some of the family on the bill with it. But it's definitely something that we need to think about, because at some point, at some point in time, we're going to get tired of, arguing history. It's going to come to a certain point. We're going to have to learn from our past, use the thing we learned from our ancestors and apply them in application. I appreciate this new movement, this Sixth Dynasty movement, this MBK movement. I appreciate it because it gives, not saying those other situations ain't moving, but what I'm saying is this is something that, it seems more relevant. You see what I'm saying? It's a different view to try to track some of these babies. We got to get the youth. That's where it starts. One of the I call him an elder, but he's more like a big homie. He's in the 5% nation of guys on earth. He was like, he be telling the guys, he was like, yo, you gotta get out these babies' way. If you're not gonna be here to help them, if you're not gonna be here to try to guide them in a certain way, don't be out here complaining when they out here reckless, running around, getting in trouble. Don't be mad at them then. The father and mother can't look down at the child and say the child messed up when they raising them. He said, if you're not gonna build with these babies, get out their way and deal with it. If not, you need to be available, and instead of being so, judgmental, set in your ways, you got to be able to change. We move effectively as a unit, understanding that, you for war. Now, I mean, we sitting here arguing with each other, every week, going at these ideologies when, there may be a few people that changed up, but for the most part, somebody gonna believe what they want to believe. I don't care if you a Nuwapian. You got some goods and services. You grow fruit, you grow vegetables. Okay, I don't have to go to Publix no more. I can just come shop with you. That's building that, those relationships with each other. It shouldn't be about, should I subscribe to that? Oh, you ain't gonna sell me no fruit. You ain't gonna do commerce with me. Not saying that there's Moorish brothers out there doing that, but I'm just using that as an analogy. I'm just saying. Can we separate those ideologies? We can't build with each other without arguing over history that's in front of our face, right in front of us, easily accessible. We still gonna, if someone's gonna still argue with you on that, cool, let them have that. Let's get to the bigger stuff. You make your own clothes, or you selling some shoes. You start your own shoe line. Okay, I'm gonna go rock with you. I'm gonna buy a pair. That's what I'm on. Like, let me know how you feel. Do you think it's possible for us as black folks, if you was the definition of black I read in Chancellor Williams' book, Destruction of Black Civilization, you kind of agree, you can accept that definition of black, what black means. An attitude of a people who have been through a lot, in a short period of time, that's trying to find themselves, find out who they are, and start building those relationships with each other again, where we can link up and ain't got to worry about somebody fighting. You know what I'm saying? Can we do that? What Jay-Z said on the 4/4 album? He's like, please don't die over the neighborhood that your mama renting. Peace to all the sisters out there. Peace to the bros too, but I want to highlight and say peace to the sisters. You see what I'm saying? What we out here doing? You know what I mean? It is arguing over Moses a real person, going to get these kids up off these streets, get these kids a job or opportunity, convince these kids to go back to school. Yeah, we giving them the knowledge. My goal is to start a Sunday school. I'm gonna start it with my family. I already talked to my kids about it. I'm gonna start with them first. We're gonna build, have a certain curriculum. Probably gonna start it this Saturday. Cause my son, they got a football game this Saturday, so probably do it this Saturday morning, probably like 10 o'clock after we eat breakfast. But I'm gonna try to start it with my family. And if it's working good, I'm gonna try to expand it, try to put it on paper. Dr. Kilimanjaro, I remember he said in a video with Amarosco, he said we gotta start putting these things on paper. Write up something. That's what I'm gonna start with my the people closest to me and trying to build it out and try to really do something with this IAmSankofa TV platform. Because I feel like it's important. Because if I gotta tell a brother or a sister to stop doing something that's gonna find them in prison, I gotta be able to have something that I can replace those acts. Whether it be, okay, I'm gonna try to help get this brother or sister a job, or I'm gonna try to, get this brother or sister, some education, try to get some knowledge, give them some pamphlets, some books to read, recommend for them to study. Get these babies out here, teach them life skills, survival, how to read a map, understanding the stars, and how to read a compass, that kind of stuff. Basic skills that we all should know. And that's right, sis. We have power. Keeping us disorganized. It impedes us from being able to display that power. COINTELPRO. They had to get in there and disrupt that. They had to disrupt it. Something was going on. Wait a minute. They moving on one accord. They moving together. It's reaching all across the country now. Well, we got to do something so they can start beats within that party. If you haven't read the Sada Shakur book, her biography, you should read that. She kind of breaks some of the stuff down in that book. Great book by that sister. Peace to her too. Peace to Sada Shakur. Right, sis. Start small and build with others with the same mindset. I agree. If you have something established, you have the same ideology with the people around you, build something. Show and prove your work. If it works for you and yours over there, that's cool. If even though I still don't subscribe to what you're doing, I can still support you. You know, if you need something from me, again, good service, you want to trade, barter, I'm here for you. I just don't subscribe to that. We can still coexist. There's enough planet for us to coexist. We don't have to war with each other. And thank you, sis. Thank you. I appreciate that. I tried to. I tried to. You know, I was lucky to be raised by my grandparents. You know, peace to my grandma, Biddy Williams. Peace to her. But family, it's just something for us to think about. Is it possible? Is unity a stretch of the imagination? I mean, I want to be optimistic and a realist, but you know, we got to. We have no choice at this point. Our greats, like Dr. Clark, he was saying that in his time. We have no choice at this point but to um to unite. Jermaine Woods, thanks for coming by, checking out the show, brother. You know, I'm just going over and talking about, you know, unity. Can our brothers and sisters with this wide range of backgrounds and things we believe in, spiritual systems, can we put those things to the side and build? I'm not saying we all have to be a part of the same organization, but whatever organization you are currently in, are you willing to build with the other side, regardless of what the person you building with agree with? And I know there's plenty of brothers and sisters out here who are willing to do that. I refuse. I mean, I'm not going to be in nothing that will keep me from building with my brother or make me disown my mama. You know, let's clench up like a great black fist, oppress off on that, and we can deal with our family business after we get that. Let's get our baby straight. You know, like me, I'm starting with mine. We're gonna get our baby straight. We're gonna get them educated. We're gonna make sure we leave something for them outside of debt. You see what I'm saying? Referencing back to Hove, he said generational wealth, that's the key. My parents ain't have shit, so that shift started with me. I'm gonna try to make sure I leave a foundation for my children. That's my job. I realize that as a man. That's what I have to do here. While I'm alive, I'm gonna protect, provide as I should, and I'm gonna make sure they have something when I'm gone up out of here, life insurance, whatever it is, where they can sustain themselves. I don't leave them generational debt. You know what I mean? I don't even know if that's a real thing, but I'm not gonna leave them no generational debt. A house that we still gotta pay the bank on. That's my ultimate goal. And you know, we definitely, you know, the scene is changing. We definitely moving. We're seeing more people come to the movement. You know, even if they just come and just watch, at least getting it in their ear. They're hearing it. And then as they hear it, they can start to, you know, maybe change some things up in their life. I'm not trying to convert nobody to anything or out of anything. I'm just saying, let's think about it. We beefing with each other, and the enemy is sit back and they're watching that. Right, sis? It costs to put somebody in the ground, though. You know, that costs. So life insurance definitely costs. I mean, not life insurance, but you know, a funeral is expensive. But again, family, you know, thank everyone for coming by. You know, it's just something I wanted to go over. Like I said, I had it on my mind earlier. You know, listen to the Brother Almighty show. Shouts out to Six Dynasty Media Face to Face. You know, Six Dynasty Media 2. If you haven't went to that brother page and subscribe, please do so. Great content over there. Shouts out to MBK. You know, peace to you, brothers. I got to get to work in the morning, so you know I'm about to sign off. I appreciate the chat for coming through, showing me love. Jermaine, Teresa, F, thank you. Sundays, come check me out, 9 o'clock. I'm definitely doing a food for thought. Sundays, definitely doing one. Haven't quite picked up it yet, but I'll probably throw a video up Thursday or Friday with the topic on there. But again, Sundays, 9 o'clock p.m., food for thought Sundays. I just want to go over unity, seeing is it possible? Is it a stretch or is it a reality? Okay, peace, Jermaine. You know, yeah, when the video go up, man, go back and watch it, man. I got some other videos. I got my sister, my name is Jade, on there. I got the True Historian on a couple of videos, man. So, you know, if you haven't, so check them out. Like, share, subscribe. IAmSankofa TV. I'm Sanel. Signing out. Peace.